Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition of Nat20Hot. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, we are a bunch of friends that like to play Dungeons and Dragons together. We get together every Wednesday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, which is exactly what time it is right now, and we play Dungeons and Dragons together. We do it for fun. We also raise money for children. If you check the link in our chat, you will find a link to our team page. Extra Life is a wonderful charity that supports America's children's hospitals around the country and Canada, and enables life-saving and life-saving and critical care uh, to people and children in need. But that is my spiel. Let's get into it. Last time out, it was the eve of battle, where our adventurers ascended the creaky wooden steps into the Night Weaver's lair, and were faced with misery and amnesia-inducing portraits of the nightmares that Lady Ophelia has plagued them with. Forced to reckon with these harrowing dreams, Willem and Sina succumb to bouts of madness before being brought back to reality by their party mates, snapping their portraits in half. Still, Willem, however, left reeling and not actually experiencing the effects of a potion of strength, but believing that he was. While Sina, however, had the much worse fate, where she was left without much of her memories, stumbling back into a threat against the party, and even attempting to stab herself to wake herself up from her now living nightmare. However, after an awkward encounter where she revealed ownership of Malin's portrait of Branwen, Randy brought her back to reality, and the party pressed onward. Discovering all manner of foul artifacts, they came across a greenhouse meticulously maintained by the old hag, only to indulge in a very peculiar fruit that left Dunk incapable, supposedly, of telling a lie, which led to yet another awkward moment with Sina where he called her mommy. And yet still they pressed forward into the latter half of the house where Ophelia, in her true wretched form, revealed herself and made her attempt to slay the party. But when the going got tough for Lady O, she offered Willem a gift in exchange for her life, the ability to dreamwalk. But Willem once again rebuffed, and I don't want this pop-up, rebuffed, Andy ended her existence. The party successfully conducting a ritual to shatter the gemstone that bound her life force to that of Wilbert Waltham, and kept it in the ethereal plane, ensuring that she can never return. Looting the house for valuables, including a collection of personal correspondence and the journal of Willem's great-great-uncle, a former advisor of Waltham, the party returned to Misthold triumphant, if not constantly bickering with one another on the entire walk back. And so that is where we find ourselves after a brief encounter with Mara, where she encouraged the group to inform the elders of their success. They returned to the Longhouse and now find themselves on the cusp of evening, with night beginning to fall upon the swamp, the city of Misthold quiet for the time being, and the Longhouse before you. Are any of you doing anything before entering? By all means. No. It's a one cannot, yeah, you can't live and also have her power. Okay. Wait, hold on 1 second. I'm not getting audio from Discord. I can hear you. It's the stream that can't get it. The chat has let us know that we can't hear Willem. Give us 1 second, chat. Thanks, chat. We can't. They cannot hear Willem. No, Discord. I can see that there's no audio coming through it, but I wonder why that is. Yeah, it's Stephen Formicelli.
Is it?
Oh,
I have so many more questions.
we're gonna have to get back to it.
Okay.
Apparently, having the audio, the music was filtering out Discord audio, so we'll have to come back to the music at another point in time. But you guys can still hear the music, which is all that matters. Willem
Oh,
asked the
okay.
question. Would have he would still be able to keep his nightmare powers had someone else killed Lady Ophelia? And the answer was no. So we didn't actually get into any content besides my spiel. Are you doing
I
anything
think we
else
got really important
before
content.
entering the longhouse?
Yeah, something very important was shared, but it's better if you didn't hear that. Yeah, no, Willem's good.
Yeah, lead the way, dude.
It smells like weed.
All right. You enter the longhouse. It's far quieter than the last time you left it. The elder Morwen is still holding court there, but he is alone. He kind of stands alone over a lonely cauldron hung over the hearth that sits at the center of the longhouse. He kind of looks up at you, a bit wide-eyed, his face weary and sunken, and just a bit taken aback at your arrival. And he's, goodness, I must say I did not expect to see you back here. Uh, it is it done?
I will reach into my pack, pull out the shattered stone, and throw it clattering onto the floor.
Uh,
Toss it gently.
I must say I'm unfamiliar with what this is, but I can only
Oh, yeah,
imagine.
this was the anchor that was keeping Lady Ophelia tethered to this plane and also her life. Yes, it's done. She's dead.
Never to return.
I hope so.
I, I, I must say I'm impressed and, well, we simply cannot thank you enough. You've lifted a terrible evil from our midst. I don't. We have very meager means. I don't know what we could possibly do to thank you.
Oh, no thanks necessary at this point. From me, at least.
Well, certainly we can dine in your honor. It has been far too long since our people have gathered in this hall. Kind of gestures to the bit rickety looking space. Like as you kind of look around, you see that there's really very little furniture in the longhouse. It's not well kept. There's many holes and bits of floorboards that are missing. It's not completely unlike the Lady Ophelia's lair that you just left behind. Uh, we would host a feast for you if, well, what we could provide. If you would join us, that is.
I'm here for free drinks.
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
Let's feast it up.
Well,
I need a party ticket about some things that were said.
sure. Whatever you may need. I'll call for Joran. And the kind of timid satyr like pokes his head out from a, I don't know what the word for it is, but the thing that rich people have in their rooms instead of a closet or a dressing room, it's a
Like
Folding
one of
screen.
those
folding
folding
screen.
screen.
Yes, a folding screen. And he kind of tucks his head out from behind that. He goes, "Yes, yes.
Uh,
Please.
I have a
Yes,
question, Chris.
yes."
Is the folding screen backlit so you could only see the silhouette of Joran's body, and he's just got a monster rack?
It's no, it is not backlit.
Oh,
But feel free to use theater of the mind to add any details that you would like to in your own
oh,
space.
I am.
Yes. I do call for, well, ask Doran to bring drinks for this evening, and perhaps Bramble has fresh catch that we can put into the cauldron, and well, Ilara usually makes the go. We'll manage. Rouse the folks of the town. We have much to celebrate. These fine heroes have slain the Lady Ophelia. Slain the Lady Ophelia? You slay the Lady Ophelia? Goodness me. This is this is bad news, but it's also good news. It's bad news because what horrors await. No, no, Jordan, think happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. This is great news. I will get the townsfolk, and we will indeed celebrate in your honor.
Hey, Joran, man, what are you so scared of?
Oh, well, pay him no mind. I'm afraid that all of us are, well, quite frankly, we are tired. Joran is excitable, but we needn't let that sully a fine evening tonight. And with that, Joran will scamper off into the evening air to rouse the folks. And Morin will look to you. I will proceed to make arrangements, but first I must ask: did you find anything of note while you were looking for her?
We did several things actually. But the one that comes most to mind would be a series of huts where there seemed to be a husband and wife murder suicide situation and some dead kids as well.
Hmm. Yes. Well, that would not be the first. I'm afraid we've lost many people in these parts to her foul misdeeds. But perhaps we can talk this evening. Please, you must be weary from your
Sure.
conquest. Why don't you get. Well, you look fine as it is. Please, make yourself comfortable, and will prepare a dinner for you all.
I guess is there anything we can do to
No,
help out
please.
with the
You've
preparations? Oh,
you've you've done enough. Would be our pleasure to serve you.
is there any place where there's like a good chair that I could sit down in?
There are kind of like worn chairs that are like stacked in against the wall that you could
We need
certainly.
some like rocking chairs out on a porch.
Mm.
Somewhere we can take the night air.
There are no
Yeah.
rocking chairs, but you could certainly drag any of the chairs that are in the longhouse out to the kind of porch area of it while you wait.
Yeah, let's go drink on the porch.
You find little libations in the space as it is, but it doesn't take very long for folks to start kind of milling about and arriving. And Doran, the innkeeper who you've come to know over your past day and a half here, is one of the first to arrive, and he kind of is wheeling a barrel, and then kind of darts back and forth. But he approaches with the first one, kind of stacks it up on the patio, and goes, my, we are so grateful for everything that you've done. Please, Doran's ale. On me. We are very grateful. You'll have to forgive me. I gotta run. Get more stuff for tonight's celebration, right?
That's right. Thanks for the ale.
Yes. Yes.
Doran, just a question. Are you related to Joran?
No, but I get that all the time. Jordan and I are two peas in a pod, if you count that he's different in every way and not at all related to me.
Oh, yeah. It's the squirrely little fella, huh?
Well, people in Misthold tend to be. Things always haven't been right here. But you've seen to it that that's going to change, right?
That's the hope.
Right. Terrific. Well, I'm sure I'll see you tonight. Uh, uh, but just relax. Thank you.
Let's tap this keg.
While tapping the keg, I would like to read Ophelia's journal.
Sure. I will say that you can spend the time that it takes uh, kind of people to gather and start a good dinner going. Um, because there is a decent amount in the journal. I was lying when I said it wasn't important. I was really hoping you'd read it. Um,
You thought that telling us it wasn't important would make us want to read
I
it more?
spent so much time. If you're are you reading it cover to cover, like essentially kind of skimming through the pages as you go?
Yeah.
Okay. You find a rather robust retelling of the Lady Ophelia's life. Despite the age of the book, you see that there and like it's rather thin. That no matter how many pages you turn, you seem to just constantly turn new pages with new information. As the end of the book never really approaches, giving you the sense that it is most clearly enchanted in some way, a never-ending book, if it were the never-ending story. The journal entries within do detail her life story. The first of which talks a little bit about how she came to find the quote progenitor's stone, um, and she has a sketch of a crystal. Not unlike the one that you cleaved in half, which bears the same markings as you saw on the helmets in the swamp. Um, and she said that the presence of the gemstone surpasses even her own understanding of magic, and that she hopes to take full advantage of its gifts. The next couple pages and chapters detail the ritual and her attempts to conduct a spell upon the gemstone that you ended up conducting to actually break the barrier around it. Um, and the following entries go on to describe her encounter with Wilbert Wathem and his followers, calling him a simple puppet in her grand design because his ambition blinds him to the true nature of those that he trusts. Um, After detailing how she ended up using the stone to sap Wathem of his life force and create a permanent anchor in the ethereal to give her an eternal life, she starts to talk about her own efforts to create her own coven. She is a solo rider, and she is attempting to create a coven of her own. Um, the first of which is a hex blood that she gives birth to a poor family outside of Mercier, and specifically the Kind family. And after 28 years of his life, she approached him with the deal to join her as a hag spawn. And when he rebuffed her, she said that she corrected her mistake in trusting that he would ever join her by taking his eyes and bringing him into the Feywild, his sight now serving a higher purpose, mine.
Oh.
Many years pass, and she kind of travels around. There isn't really like one place that she stays too sedentary, but you can tell if you're sharing the details with the people around you that she has largely confined herself to the Shimmer Peak Mountains and the area around the Autumn Court. Until one day, she is approached by Lady Talia and Lady Guinevere, proposing an alliance to form a new coven. And she initially rebuffs their advances, working alone and preferring her own shadow as a companion. Yet, she writes, they speak of a divided Feywild ripe for our rule, and she is particularly ensorcelled with Gwen's ambition. Going on to describe many of their efforts to inevitably divide the Feywild into three areas that they will rule independently, surmising that the courts do very little to actually govern the politics and the people of the land, and that they can very easily influence the inept members of the various parlors and courts that claim its denizens as their own. However, something very peculiar happens just over a century ago. That while Gwen's promise of division of the Feywild would be under our dominion is tempting, the Autumn King's rise complicates matters significantly. His hatred for our kind is palpable, yet Guinevere remains fixated on the plan. We will accomplish what we dream of. However, the entries divulge from there over several decades to the point where the ascendance of the Autumn King forces a complete pivot in their strategy, and that they are going to attempt to remove him if they are to carve out their realms. But despite the pivot, Guinevere has a new obsession: Willem persisting and the distraction that anyone can ill afford. While their ambitions hang in the balance, she's threatened not by the king, but by the infatuation she has with another human mortal, incapable of learning from the mistakes of my own.
I have a question
Okay.
about uh, what does it say about her hag childhood and her hag parents, if anything?
She doesn't talk about it too much, but what you do get from like a history standpoint is she was aware of Lady Guinevere before she was ever approached by her, and that her reputation precedes her when it comes to their relative community. But she does not speak of her parents or her upbringing at all in this particular journal.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, I have
Yeah.
theories.
It kind of begins with the I am now creating my immortal life force and I will document my experiences, and then
My
goes into
super
like,
cool life.
well, I'm already
Mm.
here, so why don't I keep journaling? It's her version of Tumblr, essentially.
There's
Yeah.
one part where she's like, not evil anymore, I want to be loved now. And then the next entry is evil
Back to
again.
evil. Yeah, evil again.
Oh, by the way, all of you, just so you know, when we kill Guinevere and Talia, I'm gonna die.
What?
Oh yeah, I was talking to Portland, and when the hags no longer exist, neither will any of the hags spawn. So I'm a little bit scared about that.
Who told you that one?
Portland,
Portland? Where did he learn this?
I don't know, didn't ask. I mean, it might be something that Ophelia told him to try to scare him, but I don't know. He was coughing, and it sounded bad.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's old. He probably
Yeah,
has
well,
malaria. This place is covered in mosquitoes.
listen, I just saying that I would rather not die, but I do have to kill these hags.
So would you rather die or have hags be alive?
Oh, I'd rather kill the hags. I swore a blood oath, and I couldn't live with myself otherwise.
do you
Well,
want
you'll
to kill
die
the
with
hags and
yourself.
then find a way to come back?
I would love to find a way to come back or maybe get immortality on my own terms. I don't know if that's
Wait,
a.
you're shooting for immortality now?
I mean, I don't want to die.
Too bad the only immortal guy that we've ever known is dead.
Yeah.
Should have pressed him a little harder.
Maybe don't bring that up when we go see the Earl King, yeah?
Oh yeah, no, not gonna say that. But speaking of
I'll
the
do
Earl
that.
King, he is gonna love that journal.
Oh?
It'll be,
You get-
it's not going to be great to see you go, but if you want to kill more hags, man, like I'm here for it.
Okay,
Oh
wait.
yeah,
This this is a problem for when we've got one hag left, right?
Probably,
Like
yeah.
we got time to figure out whatever. Who knows? Ophelia was
We can also
probably full of
leave like one of those hags alive and kill like the other ones, right? Like
Oh
they're
no, I got to kill all 3 of them.
Oh, I understand.
So we
Yeah,
got 2
no.
free hags.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fine then.
Well, we're 1 hag down, so I guess 1 free hag, and then yeah, lights out for old Willem. But like,
I mean,
you
there's
could
other things that we could do to make them not be like hags anymore. Like we could turn them into frogs or snails and keep them in a terrarium as a pet and feed them lettuce.
that's certainly an
Sorry,
idea, and
We only
I've
feed
been
them
hitting
that.
the ale keg.
I like the way you've been thinking, but I did swear to kill them, so I think I have to do that. Or if I break my oath, then there's probably some consequences associated with that. Haven't done a lot of reading.
Do you know how to read?
Yes, I know how to read. I just read a journal in front of you.
Could have been
That's
vividly
true.
hallucinating.
The words that were on the page that you could also read. Can you read?
Oh god. I'm Leah Michelle.
Well, like Randy Zadar's chosen, so maybe if I die, he could just like bring me back to life or something.
That would be really cool, man. Look, if you die, I could just revivify you as long as, I got a minute. Like as long as it's like a minute after you die, I can just bring you back and it won't be that hard.
Cool.
How
Yeah.
are you gonna be like dead or like fucking like dead?
Yeah, is it like Shadow Realm or
Un- un-
What?
unclear. I was told that I'm gonna die. Chris, do I know if I'll
I'm
be sent to the Shadow Realm or if I'm just gonna regular die?
You don't know, especially if they have a trap card activated. You have no idea how that could happen, how that could
Oh
work.
fuck.
You could go hang out with Yugi's grandpa.
Yeah.
I gotta
Yep.
save my grandpa.
all I'm saying, Willem, is that death is a suggestion and I ain't suggesting it.
Wow. That was kind of a cool thing to say.
I'm really high.
Awesome. You deserve it. We're celebrating tonight, so
Yeah, I've been sneaking puffs this whole time.
Here, wait,
For the-
pass it.
Yeah.
Rainwood, you're gonna smoke weed? I didn't know you were cool like that.
She's a musician's daughter.
We did
She is a
we did
musician.
hard drugs together that one time.
We did.
We
It
saw
was
like the
crazy.
future.
We did.
Hard drugs. Anyway. Yeah, so I'm dying, but like not really, but a little bit.
Same.
You're more dying than I am.
Hey, we should stop talking about everyone dying because we're supposed to be like having a party or something, and it's totally bringing the mood down.
Yep. Fair.
On that
I
note,
just thought I would let you guys know.
night has fully gathered by this point, and so too have denizens of Misthold. However, this is a far cry from the celebration that you have come to know and what you had at your estate back on the material plane. No, in this case, there are a handful of weary looking individuals, each approaching you with soft smiles, grateful nods. Many offer little trinkets as their way of thanks. You are now in possession of a silver locket, a collection of short stories, and a meager purse of 27 silver. Um, Additionally, a gruff gnome approaches you. His beard is as long as his body, like it kind of dangles down in like mixes of braid, tiny little like
Oh,
sticks that you're not sure if they're
he's
there by
definitely got
design.
algae in there.
Yeah,
There's
you're not sure if it's there
algae
by
a ton.
design or if it's there because he just happened to like catch in it and he never did anything about it. And he looks up at you and he just goes, "Heard you killed the hag. Mighty grateful. The shrimp in the gumbo is my own catch. Fresh. This morning. Bramble is my name, and I thank ye. I can now sleep without them nightmares of the prawns eating my brain. Very grateful.
We all try to sleep without the prawns, my guy.
Yeah, prawn dreams is the worst kind of dream.
I don't know, man.
It's
Do
up
you ever
there.
have a regular hag dream?
That's what they were, isn't it?
Oh well,
Stop insulting the man. Come on.
our hag dreams weren't prawn dreams, but I understand. At least my hag dreams weren't prawn dreams. I don't know if you guys been dreaming about prawns.
Everyone
Mine
hag
were.
dreams different.
Well, thanks. I'll kind of mill off back towards the cauldron. Start
How's the gumbo?
stirring it. You can go up and grab a bowl. It's a
Can
little
I add a
watery.
purple star melon to it?
If you have one in your possession, you certainly can.
Yeah, I add a purple star melon to it.
Okay.
What's
Um,
melons and
Doesn't make
gumbo?
Yeah.
Do I make the mayor give us an A+ soup rating?
Oh, you got to
um,
put the mayor's shorts in the gumbo. Come on.
I will say that generally speaking, the gumbo is rather watery. Um,
Just because we don't
and
got any melons in there.
improperly seasoned, but you're grateful nonetheless. Like it is a home cooked prepared meal that you have not had in quite some time, or really just a few days because it wasn't that long ago that you were in Silverhaven. Um, there are a handful of people in here, but though not many. You see the young gnome woman who manages the herb store where you purchased and kind of stole a bunch of herbs, Randy, for your potion of comprehend languages. Tending to the cauldron alongside um, Bramble. And they're kind of like they look up at each other every now and then and smile, but for the most part, they just enjoy quiet solitude. The only person that's really kind of milling about and enjoying themselves is Doran, who kind of passes between the different groups, pouring drinks, giving warm pats on the shoulder. It's all very it's a quiet affair.
I'm playing just some quiet tunes if there's no music going. I'm providing music.
Hey, Morwen, are you worried at all about the folks who I don't remember the gentleman's name, but he was curing people of their nightmares or saying he was?
You mean Eldrin?
Eldrin, that's it. Yep.
Yes, perhaps with the Nightweaver's demise, he will move on from this place. But I can personally only hope. Uh, he he has meant well. I cannot judge a man who attempts to help those in need, even if I disagree with his methods.
Understandable. All right. I was just wondering if you'd be terribly upset that we killed the Nightweaver and sort of cut into his business.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily call it his business, but I can't call Misthold a welcoming community and then forsake those that would come to help us. I've lost that privilege. But they are peculiar, his approach, and while I would not engage it myself, I will not judge those that went to him. That said, I also feel that they may be too far gone to bring back.
Understandable. Did he give any reason as to why he was coming in here and helping people?
Um, no, he came here many months before Lady Ophelia. He was a presence before she arrived in our midst. But he introduced himself as a magus of the Dreadwood Parlor. It was peculiar for us to get a visitor from Old Hallow. Uh, they are often too busy worrying about what was to think about what will be, or let alone the here and now. But he arrived seemingly wanting to get away from it all, conduct studies in peace. It is only when a few months ago that he presented a solution to the nightmare problem. Most of us
Okay.
were resistant at first, but there are those that followed.
You mentioned wanting to have a private word. Like, if you want to do that now or a bit later, either is fine.
Well, yes. Kind of shuffles you off to the side. Now, mind you, there really aren't a lot of people in the loghouse at this point, so it is not incredibly difficult for you to have a private conversation. I asked mainly because I'm curious if you saw anything of note outside the wall, outside the bounds of the city, uh, near the Lady Ophelia's lair.
What do you. It sounds to me like you're asking about something specific, so.
Well, there was a man, Clyde. He was our ferryman before he turned to Eldrin. He knew these waters better than any of us, but he would often opine about people sleeping in the waters below us, bodies of sorts. The entire country that we live in is riddled with death, but here more than most. So I'm just curious.
Oh, yes. When we were approaching Lady Ophelia's manor, there were several decaying bodies that exited from the water and proceeded to try to kill us. Presumably, I assumed, reanimated by her.
I see. Preserved well enough in the waters, then.
Uh, Chris, they were bones, right?
Bones and like flesh to some degree, but the things that they were wearing were not entirely rusted. Is really what harkens to mind.
Yes, I convey that to Orwin.
Hmm. Well, I sense that that is something that Eldrin might have been interested in when he first arrived here. But if bodies are all that you saw, then we have little to worry about. Please enjoy your evening. There are many. And he kind of gestures to the room awkwardly. Many who would enjoy your evening. And he will walk away and kind of join Joran and Lila at the cauldron and take a bowl of gumbo for himself.
I'm gonna walk over to Branwyn and just go, "You think that's something we should be worried about?"
What?
Oh, Morwyn is just said Eldrin might have been interested in something in the water preserved. Um, I told him about the bodies and the armor, and he seemed not that worried, but I don't know. Maybe there was something bigger that we missed,
You mean
or
like
I'm not remembering.
Eldrin the Snake Oil Man?
Yeah, who's a magus of the Dreadwood Court, which I don't really know what that means, but it sounds like it's a big deal.
Okay, yeah, no, that kind of is. Uh, that might be important. Shit. Yeah, it's a tomorrow problem, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially if you've been, hitting the sauce and smoking weed.
Yeah, I'll have everybody who's indulging roll a constitution check.
Um, I'm also gonna like find a local like contractor or something and pay more than it's worth to buy a hammer and a bunch of nails, and
Okay.
we're gonna play some Hammerschlagen.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Um,
That's a 15.
okay.
I got an 11.
14.
I have not
Is
been
Steam
drinking.
drinking
I've
with
been
us?
too scared.
Bramwin and Dunk, you are fine. Randy, you are feeling the effects, but not incapacitated by any stretch.
Tolerance. Took a tea break.
Willem, Willem, you feel a tug on the sleeve that extends out from your armor as Mara approaches you and Branwin and kind of waves her arm to the few people who are there. Just, you'll have to forgive them. They're most of these people have never known kindness, and they don't really know any way to express their gratitude. Beyond that, I think they're probably just grateful for a good night's rest and are headed back home. But you deserve thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, just tying up some loose personal ends myself.
Yeah. So you're one of them.
Oh, yeah. Depends what you mean by them, but probably.
They are like your mom? Or they created you?
Yeah,
Brenwyn has the straightest face you've ever seen.
Willem is just eyebrows raised, looking at Branwen, waiting for her to break.
Well,
I think I have to roll for this. I think I gotta roll for this. What do I have to beat? What kind of roll is this?
I'll have you
Performance?
make a performance check, yeah. And I'm setting a medium
Oh,
DC to beat it.
18,
You're
baby.
able to keep it together. You're kind of standing like this, like
I'm just
hands on a drink. Oh yeah, you're playing your lute. Um, and Mara will just go, well, enjoy the night. Um, she kind of looks around the room and she's just really, Miss Toad's just a series of unfortunate events. We're grateful to be out from underneath her thumb, but cursed by geography here, if you know what I mean. Most people leave. They go to Old Hallow or Carhern if they're willing to make the journey. Just,
What's keeping you here?
I don't know, really. It's home, right? It's hard to leave home.
Well, if you're ever looking for somewhere else to go, boy howdy, do we have a place for you.
I don't know what you mean. I thought none of you were from here.
Oh,
Didn't
we're not.
like Rand? She kind of
Well,
gestures to Rand. She's
some of us
from
are.
the material plane, right?
Oh yeah,
Uh,
not her. I point at Branwen.
well, yeah, I could tell.
Yeah, she
Um,
belongs here.
yeah. Well,
Not that anybody belongs anywhere.
sure, sure. Uh,
If you ever feel like going to the material plane, we got a whole
no,
place.
but
Yeah,
well, I
that's
can't.
fine.
I can't. I won't say no, but I am also not going to just up and leave the place that maybe finally has potential. But maybe now that you mention it, can I show you something?
Absolutely, you can.
Great. Um, you guys don't mind if I steal him for a little bit?
Nope, they don't mind.
No,
Bye. See you,
yeah,
Um,
Branwen.
we're
Bye,
just gonna
Dunk.
slog
Bye,
over here.
Randy. Cena, you're here too.
at that, Willem will be escorted out by Mara. And at this point, Sina will approach Branwen um, and just kind of, or maybe she won't.
Jeff ran away.
Clover, no.
It's an appropriate response, honestly.
Hold on one second. Clover wants to not be in this room anymore.
What's more awkward? Somebody telling you why they have a drawing of you, or somebody calling you mommy?
I think mommy, probably.
Depends on the context of mommy.
It does. That
I
context
guess.
was kind of weird because it was really fast.
Yeah, I wonder how long Dunk had that one in the chamber. When mommy.
Long enough.
We'll stick with Willem for now. As Mara escorts you outside of the longhouse, she goes,
Should we leave or is it?
you could stay for now, and then we'll go on mute in just a couple minutes. She kind of stops in the entryway. You're sure your friends don't mind? I don't want to pull you from your night of Jubilee, but I think there's something you should see.
Sure. I mean, you saw it in there. It wasn't much of a celebration, and I'm sure whatever you have to show me is very fascinating.
Well, I want you to give them the benefit of the doubt. I think they've earned a night's sleep.
Yeah. Oh, of course. It seemed a little sparsely attended.
I know. Well, this will make it up to you. I promise. And she's gonna start to lead you west, out of Misthold, towards the floating Shimmer Peak Mountains that kind of stand in the distance, that are kind of silhouette against the night sky at the moment. And after about 10-15 minutes of walking, you end up in a like kind of. Oh, give me 1 second. Clover needs water. Be right back.
God, Chris, I absolutely misread that entire situation.
That's okay. Now that you're back, and Willem has been led away out of the west, or towards the west part of Misthold, and into a small gladed clearing that, like, the water is kind of up to your ankle at this point. Like, the road starts to give away and gives into a wet, sloshy, mucky part of the swamp that's just filled with waving fronds that flutter in the night breeze. Um, and all of a sudden, she kind of darts off to the side, and she's here it is, and she pushes out a small canoe that's strung up on the shore. That if not for Mara, you never would have seen amongst the tall fronds. It's very sleek, elegant, thin canoe, and the water starts to kind of slosh across the bow of the ship. Um, and nice,
Good
right?
music
Um,
choice.
and she kind of hops in as she rocks it back and forth and kind of gestures to the stern. He's, well,
Uh, sure. Is this a good surprise?
I mean, it's just something I think. Just get in.
Okay.
All right. Now we will go to Branwen, where at the party, Sina comes up and taps on your shoulder and has a drink in hand and kind of passes it off to you. And she cheers you.
I took such a big bite of bagel.
You say bagel?
Fucking
Bagel.
Wisconsin.
I said
You said
bagel.
You said you
bagel.
said
I
bagel.
heard bagel.
I
You
heard
said
bagel.
bagel.
I would never.
We
I
Anyway,
got it
stand
on.
with Steph.
We have it on tape.
Hashtag I stand with Steph. I think she said bagel.
Chat says we heard bagel.
yes.
We clipped it. All right. And she approaches with a drink, one in her hand and one for you, and she's gonna awkwardly cheers as you.
I return the awkward cheers.
Fun party, right?
This isn't the worst one I've been to,
Oh,
so that's pretty great.
what would be the worst?
There's one where like an old guy had a heart attack like 5 minutes in. They really didn't know if they should turn it into like a funeral.
What did you do?
I stuck around just to see what would happen. It did kind of turn into a funeral. It was really weird.
For a bard, you're not that great at telling stories.
I never claimed to be a bard.
The violin?
That's just, like a hobby.
Just a hobby. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we talk? This just for a second.
Sure.
Great. Kind of gestures over her shoulder. And I will have everybody but Branwyn go on mute.
Secondary location.
This is fucked up. I'll say it. It's fucked up.
And she leads you out to the porch of the longhouse. And she sort of looks out. At this point, the waves of the ethereal, kind of like almost aurora borealis of the Feywild sky, have accumulated. It is fully night at this point. There's a wonderful sky above you. And she's just kind of like looking up at it. And she goes, I cannot believe that you grew up with this every day. It's amazing.
Yeah, imagine first night in the material plane. Kind of blue.
I mean, it's beautiful there too. But yeah,
This is cooler.
it's not this. So listen, I understand. Randy told me that I showed that picture that Malin gave me. I hope.
You
Go ahead.
you don't have to explain anything about that.
Well, I wasn't planning on explaining it to you.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I truth be told, like, I don't know why he gave it to me. He's just like it's another excuse for Willem to insert himself into my personal life. But I didn't. I wanted to make sure that you weren't like embarrassed or anything.
Oh, no, honestly, I'm just happy that you weren't all uh amnesia anymore, so
Me too. Though I don't really remember what happened.
you just tried to kill Randy again. Well, not exactly. Um, yeah, no, I thought you were gonna bolt.
And that would have made you unhappy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that I'm fine too. So, I feel like your lack of support is kind of impossible to ignore at this point. So,
What?
if I just feel like you haven't really been contributing um, to our things lately. And I was wondering if maybe you wanted a little help sometime, like, you practice uh, for the good of the group, right? Just opportunity to. Uh,
Everybody thinks I'm useless. Oh my god.
I don't think you're useless. You're not useless. You just need a little practice, maybe. I'd be happy to practice with you.
How are you at fencing?
Be honest, I've never done it. But how hard could it be, right? I mean, men do it, so.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it.
Great. For the good of the group.
Mm-hmm.
For the good of the group.
Yep. I'm just watching Nolan in the corner, that little son of a bitch.
Right.
Hmm. What's your favorite food?
Not this gumbo. That's for sure.
Gumbo?
Not this gumbo. It's
Oh, okay.
not great.
I was gonna say, holy shit.
No, there's a at the Switchback Inn. It's this little place outside of well, it's not little really. It's on the way to Conway's Ferry. It's got great steamed fiddleheads.
Like the little plant?
Yeah. Truth be told, Randy used to make them when we were, you know, selling me off to bad people.
Yeah, that's a yikes for me on that part.
Your sympathy is much appreciated.
I'm not gonna ask you a second question. This is a party.
Okay. So we're good.
Yeah. Were we not good?
Would you be worried if we weren't?
I guess.
Okay. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Let's go back inside.
Yeah, I'll meet you in there.
Okay. I will go back inside.
Okay. Bring everybody back.
Hi, we had a
As
completely normal time, you sickos.
as Brian heads back in, everybody but Willem go on mute.
Now's the time to go on mute.
Yes, now is the time. Willem, you end
Yup.
up rowing in silence for a bit of time. Uh, you aren't doing any of the work. It is mostly just Mara who leads the way. The canoe kind of cuts silently through the waters. The chorus of insects and shimmering colors of the Feywild night sky kind of open up above you. Um, and she just like, kind of keeps looking over her shoulder every now and then, looking up at the sky, and then making slight adjustments to the boat as it cuts through the waters. Um, and she inevitably breaks the silence. So, travelers from the material. Can't say I've ever met anyone who can claim that.
Yeah. Pretty unusual around here from what I gather.
Yeah. I mean, why come all this way? Like, how did you even get here?
Oh, long version or short version?
Um, I mean, I guess the long version.
Long version. Uh,
I'm listening.
Chris, I'd like to make an insight check. How how trustworthy do I feel Mara is?
What are you attempting to insight about her? Like, you're just trying to get a sense of like what are you looking for?
Her intentions for asking, did she do it like she's fishing for information? Is she just making conversation? Does she want to get to know me better?
You can make an insight check. Go ahead.
Okay. That would be a 14.
I would say just based on like how she's approaching the situation, she's just making conversation. She's genuinely interested in learning more about you.
Oh, my friend Randy, the big guy, is looking for someone here. And well, someone, yeah, someone. And my friend Branwyn, she's from here and things were a little rocky, so she wanted to make sure everything was okay at home.
Is she from here? She looks like she's from the summer court.
Oh, sorry. By here, I meant the Feywild. No, she is from the Summer Court. Yes.
So how'd you end up in the material? That's usually
Uh,
something they do to like bad people.
it's political. she doesn't really like to talk about it too
What
much.
else is new? Everything around here is political.
Yeah. Even here, huh?
No, not as much here. Here, people just, they're born, they live meager lives, and then they die.
Hmm.
Those pricks in Old Hallow don't give a shit about us. Autumn
Yeah.
King. What does it even mean, anyway? Do they have those where you're from? Kings?
Oh, kings, yes, but I think they're a little less. No.
You have chiefs. It's very similar, but not the same.
Okay. No, no on kings, chiefs. They're a little less power, certainly much less powerful, and a little more regional.
Mm. Well, you must have like massive cities. I mean, where are you even from? I want to know all about it.
Oh, I'm from, little town called Conway's Ferry. Uh, cities where I'm from are a lot smaller than they are here, at least from what I've seen.
Hmm.
You know, parents were farmers, also kind of a meager existence.
So you get it.
I I do get it.
Something funny?
Oh, Chris, I am
I know.
laughing at our companions.
I know. Well, wait, we're almost there. Um, and the chorus of insects kind of starts to quiet down as the boat
Uh-huh.
rows ahead. There's like some time paddling. The shape it begins like this kind of peculiar shape begins to
Yeah.
blot out the astral colors, kind of shimmering stars, particularly on the horizon. The
I'm gonna
thicket.
make a gesture to make them think something sexual is going on by going like this and then saying this. Okay.
Okay.
And then I'm
Um,
gonna go like this,
got it.
but I'm still listening to you.
Okay. Um, nestled in the alcove that you're paddling into, shrouded in this kind of veil of mist and lit only by the night sky, lies
Hmm.
this small, skiff sized boat of sorts. Its bow is pointed up to the sky on an angle, but the other end sunk into the muck. It's not as large as the vessels that you're familiar with, kind of traversing the Bay of Trowwood, but it's certainly large for these waters. Um, the vessel is make a perception check.
8.
Vessel is like sleek lines and materials that seem out of place, but
Hmm.
it's all very unfamiliar. It feels very antiquated, despite
Hmm.
what appears to be very impressive design.
Hmm.
Well, do you have these where you're from?
Uh, boats?
Come on, that's not like any boat I've ever seen. But you're not from around here, so do your ships look like this?
Uh, Chris, our ships do not look like this,
They do
correct?
not look like this.
No, no, this is unlike anything I've ever seen before.
Damn it. You can, I mean, you can stand on it. I promise you it's safe. I've stood on it tons of times. Just don't lean too far to the left. And she kind of like
I.
pulls the canoe up to the side and like digs the oar into the muck to keep the boat
Mhm,
steady right up against the bow.
mhm. Yeah, I will sort of put my hands like this and make a motion like I'm spreading something to make people think that's not actually happening, and then I will, then I'll jump on. Yeah.
The ship is partially sunk, but you can stand upon it reasonably
Mhm.
unbalanced. There are peculiar runes that are etched into a slab of like slate on a wooden console just near the waterline. You're kind of standing on it. As you step aboard, there is a console that your feet are balancing themselves on while the boat is kind of at an angle.
Do the runes look familiar at all?
Make an investigation check.
Oop, cocked. which would be something really funny if they heard. I investigate an 18.
The runes are unfamiliar. You don't understand the language or like what they might mean, but you do note a couple things as you're kind of scanning the vessel. Um, they most of the part of the ship exposed to the actual elements is battered and worn, but those below the waterline actually seem more preserved. Um, and you kind of like look into the depths of the water. You see like kind of odd fins that extend off of the stern of the ship and kind of bury themselves in the murky mud of the bottom of the swamp. Exactly, essentially where like how Ophelia has, or sorry, how Mara has the ore dug into the muck. But it's
Yeah.
kind of difficult to discern anything beyond that in the water.
Does anybody else know about this?
Well, um, Clyde told me about it.
Hmm.
He found it when he was fishing one day. He said he did tell Elder Morwen, but he had asked to keep him quiet.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Morwin was questioning me if we found anything when we were headed towards Lady Ophelia.
Well, it's weird. Ordinarily, that kind of thing would throw me, right? Like, why don't you want us
Hmm.
to know about this? But I don't know. He really always has looked out for us. I just kind of trust him, you know? I feel like this is one of those things like it's probably best left unchecked, but I was hoping that you might have some answers. Like you've seen this before. And there's only one
No,
thing that you do notice about it. And that while you don't understand the runes on the slate, you do see the same symbol from the helmets of the slain warriors on the console itself, kind of at the base, etched into, like carved into the base.
I will point at it and I will say that was on some of the bodies that we found on their armor when we were dealing with the hag.
So this is just some old boat? That's it? Just an old boat?
Uh, I think this might be what Eldrin is looking for.
Why would Eldrin be looking for this boat?
Listen, I'm not very familiar with this place, but you know, Shadowmoor or what was it called? Shadowfen Court, something like that. The mages. He's a mage, important. Duskborn, something. It's
The
scary.
Dreadwood Parlor.
Redwood Parlor. There it
What
is.
would what would what would they want with? Doesn't make any sense.
I think these are very old.
Everything around here is old. So you don't know anything about this?
I do not, but somebody I know might.
Who?
Uh, big man, Randy.
Oh, the one who just blurted out that you're from the material.
That's the one. He's interesting.
Hmm. All right. Well,
Do you have charcoal, paper, anything?
no, not on me.
Chris, do I have anything that I could use to copy down the runes?
I don't know. Do you?
Uh, don't think I do. Bummer. Uh, perhaps a friend of mine could come take a look at this later. He's good at understanding languages, so he might be able to read that.
Sorry. Um. Oh, is that so? We should we should ask him. But
We
maybe
should.
don't tell people that I brought you here. It could be our little secret.
Um, so do you want to take him, or do you want me to take him, or should we both take him, or what?
Just don't tell people that I brought you here. Don't tell people about this at all.
Are you not supposed to be here?
I mean, Morwin did say to leave it alone, and then Clyde told me
Mhm,
about it, and I told Clyde to show me.
mhm.
And now Clyde, he's with Felmore now.
Mm.
So I have to know.
Oh, I understand. I myself am very naturally curious, and it's led me into some bad situations before.
This doesn't have to be a bad situation.
Oh no, no, it doesn't, and it's not going to be because I'm not going to tell anybody. You
She
can tell
will
Randy if you want him to look.
she will approach you.
Ooh,
I'm just gonna place her hand upon your chest. She's, we can I can show you another spot.
uh, mm, lead on.
Are you sure?
Um, yes.
I don't usually do that. Do you think that's what I'm like?
No, no. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't hoping a little bit.
Oh, so you expected this.
I didn't expect anything. I said I was hoping.
Hmm. What made you hope?
Expecting and hoping into, well, your bravery and your general countenance.
It's,
And
it's a big word.
you, yes, I am sometimes educated sounding.
Well, I'd like to hear more of that.
Okay, well, lead on and I'll be sure to tell you all sorts of things.
You depart. I'll give chance of folks to return here. Uh, one moment.
The world wants to
It's still just the three of
The world
you.
wants to know you just immediately muted yourself in the middle of that sentence.
Um, you all, outside of Willem, are back in the longhouse. As the night is pretty much winding down, the evening has quieted. Many individuals have made their way to bed. Um, Many of them have approached you and said as much, like, I cannot wait to sleep tonight. Um, Many describe it as what is very likely their first true night's rest in months. Um, and as Lila departs, apologizing to you, Randy, very sorry for my overexcitement. I am deathly afraid of any significant bad things that might have befallen me if you were to fail in your objectives and the Lady Ophelia was to find out that I was the one who sold you things. So you'll have to forgive my concerns.
No, you're good. I'm really big.
Yes, that is very alarming. It's very alarming. But we are very grateful. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And she's gonna kind of like grab your finger because it's the most that her tiny little hand can grab, and she's gonna like shake it earnestly. And as Lila departs, an unfamiliar figure enters, flanked by Ilara, the woman you met alongside Morwen earlier the day prior. Their hair is stark white, kind of scattered and messy, cascading down their face. What little can be seen, like high, rigid cheekbones and sunken eyes, give off a very gaunt-like appearance. But he enters the room with confidence and silent poise, and he approaches the four of you, or actually, Bramwin and Randy. He approaches you while Dunk is leading himself in a game of Hammerschlagen. Um,
Well, we absolutely were playing Hammerschlagen while Willem was
I
getting
was playing with the
Melee.
townspeople, but I guess they're
they're
sleeping.
gone now.
Yeah, no, it was me, me, Duncan, Cena.
Got it. He will approach you all.
God.
Ah, I came to extend my gratitude. Lord Eldrin Felmore, fourth Magus of the Dreadwood Parlor. And he'll extend a very bony hand to really all of you.
I take it
Randy.
and I shake it jollily.
Well. Oh yes, everyone roll Constitution checks.
11.
11. Oh, 11.
Twinsies.
Well, by the second roll, things have got
11.
by the second roll, things have gotten more challenging, and you will all have disadvantage on charisma checks as you're feeling a bit intoxicated by this point of the evening. Well, word travels quickly, and I was desperate to meet the new heroes of Mistold. You have my and its denizens' thanks.
I killed her with this hand.
That is mighty impressive. I would be intrigued to know the spell by which the Dark Knight Weaver fell.
It's called Guiding Bolt, but I use it like a gun.
Ah, so you are a man of God.
Yeah, Adara's my main bitch. She's fucking awesome.
You speak of her with very interesting intent, but I am not one to judge the means by which a mutually beneficial end is accomplished. The Lady Ophelia was a parasite on these lands. I thank you.
Yeah.
Do I recognize this guy at all?
No, he looks like a pretty standard Eladrin, though pale and kind of lacking the familiar like burst of color that is common for people of your race.
Hey, you
Uh,
you 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 were doing stuff to the town folks to kind of alleviate uh the mares that they were having, yeah?
Yes, that is correct. I helped those that
Uh
came to me in search of aid.
yeah, magic guy to magic guy. Can you tell me what you were doing?
It is a difficult and rather complex ritual. Uh, Frankly, I am grateful to have been able to offer any service at all to these people, but it was a complex approach that I am glad will no longer be necessary, thanks to your
Com-
good work.
complex like how though?
It
Try me.
requires a great deal of components and the right articulation of spellcraft to attain the proper essence of weave that would have
Yeah.
the desired effect upon the appropriate body. You really don't need to raise your hand.
I'm raising my hand at Steph asking Chris a question.
Yes.
Can I
Yes.
insight check this guy, please? Thank you.
What are you hoping to insight from this roll?
I want to know if he was actually doing some kind of messed up experiment or something like that. If he was actually trying to help.
Oh, sure. Okay, that's a very different
Um,
question.
yes. If he was actually trying to help or if he was being all weird and scientisty about it.
Okay.
14.
He definitely seems like he's being weird and scientisty, but it comes from a sense of genuine desire to aid. That is the impression that you get.
I understand.
He looks at you, Branwen, as you're kind of. He sees your eyes kind of looking him up and down. I sense that you frown on my methods, but understand that I came with all good intent. My methods are a study, but people enter the contract willingly. I provided a way out, and they knew what they were getting into.
So you were helping them break their hag deals?
I wouldn't call them ag deals as much as they were torment of the night. Penetrations from an evil woman who sought to own their lives.
It's a criticism right there for sure. We're gonna have to rename Freudian slip.
The old Singleman twist.
That's twice!
Did I just dox you on stream?
Oh man. Go on.
Oh, fuck, what was I about to ask? You're from. I heard you're from the Dreadwood Parlor.
Yes, I am the fourth magus of the Dreadwood Parlor.
Only the fourth.
He looks at you and kind of chuckles. He goes, yes, I am but the fourth, but there are many talented people ahead of me. To be fourth is a great honor. I aspire to be the third, perhaps the second, but I doubt my talents are worthy of first.
If we were looking for an audience with the Earl King, would you be
Huh?
able to put in a good word as witness?
Audience with the Earl King does not come lightly, nor is it likely to come from lowly fourth magus. What business is it that you have with the Earl King?
Wild hunt business.
A summer quadrilaterain on wild hunt business. I thought I recognized you. You're the one that they had banished, correct?
Yep.
I heard that was a delicious amount of gore that day. What brings you back?
Business.
He'll know. And if you want an audience with him, the best path is honesty. But, yes, I can inform my counterparts that you would be worthy of an audience, especially after your confidence and capabilities demonstrated dealing with the Nightweaver. The Earl King will be most pleased to hear of that.
Thank you.
But one cannot request an audience willy-nilly. I must know exactly what it is you plan to speak to him about, or it will not be heard.
One of my tasks here is the direction of the wild hunt.
You ask me to put quite a bit on the line for a traitor of Lord Erevan. The Earl King does not look kindly upon those who betray their own race. You think the Lord of the Wild Hunt is fit business for the Autumn King? Now, when we are at our pivotal moment,
Fit for a hunt. Let him be wild. That's the whole part of. That's the whole name of it.
I am not ambivalent to your quarry, but I am also not unaware of the deceit that you attempt to pull over me. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, given your great service to this humble town. I will put in a good word, but I make no promises. Unless you'd like to tell me why you're really here.
Hi, I'm Randy.
Yes. We've met.
Oh, sorry, comma, chosen one of Adara. We're here to do Adara stuff.
Re-establish the Lord of the Wild Hunt. And Adara stuff is what you would have me take to the Magus Court.
We're
Also, you're a magic guy. Have you heard of someone named Dragon Voss?
I reckon, yes. Any mage worth their salt is familiar with the superlative wizard of our time. Why, do you ask?
Say hi, by the way, because he is like spying on me through my brain.
Is that so? What interest would he have in the likes of you, beyond your out-of-place nature here on the Fey Plane?
Stole some rocks that I didn't know were a big deal, but they were to him, and he didn't appreciate it.
And so your intent is what?
Um, he's kind of killing me slowly, and I would like for that to stop.
I cannot imagine why Drakenvoss would have ill will towards heroes such as yourselves. But if that were
That's
the
what I was
case,
saying.
if that were the case, he is not one to cross. He operates outside the court, wizard of the wild, if you would. He abandoned his service as first Magus long ago. It would be unwise to attempt any folly with Draken, if what you say is true.
Where is he? I met him once before, but I can't remember where he was.
Draken's
And I
Tower.
take out like the map that we have, and I can you just like point like where he is.
He kind of scans the map intently. It's a very detailed map. I'm surprised that it is not already on you. Oh, it is right here. And he kind of gestures to a tower that looms in the forest. It is not far. Perhaps a few days' walk from here, east.
Oh shit!
Oh.
You likely went the wrong direction if you were headed there initially. Misthold is one direction. Draken's Tower is just off the main road that leads toward Old Hollow.
I look at Dunk with like a, eh?
Good to know. Good
I
to know.
advise you to be careful. There are rumors as to why he left. They are unbecoming of a man of the Autumn Court.
Oh, you know what? I got actually a question for you about him. When I saw him, there was a girl in an orb. What was that about?
I am unfamiliar with Draken's doings since he left the Dreadwood Parlor, but
Ah,
one can only infer that a wizard of his stature would have power beyond your wildest dreams. I myself...
puts women in orbs.
Yes. I myself do take much to learn from him. Would only wish that he was still a part of my order.
Worth a shot.
Well, Ilara, let us let Bramble sleep tonight. We will go rouse his fishing cages. The night is still young. It was indeed a pleasure to meet you all, and I do wish you good tidings in your journeys to come. The Dreadwood Parlor will follow with interest. And he'll give a very deep bow. And
I do inappropriately formal response bow.
Sina will
I'll
attempt
get
to mirror it and kind of do what you do, and it doesn't look great. But she tries. She tries.
I give him a thumbs up.
He looks at you all, and Alara looks at you all, kind of like, make an insight check.
14.
Very clearly, she's scanning you with a bit of begrudging respect, and like isn't happy, but at the same time also isn't unhappy. As Eldrin kind of swirls his cloak, and they exit the longhouse. And at this point, everyone has bid you good night, and it is just the four of you, sans Willem, in the longhouse at this point.
As soon as they leave, I fall into the nearest chair because I had summoned all of my remaining soberness for that conversation. It's like the scene in Parks and Rec when Leslie Knope has the flu, but she has to give that
Oh
presentation.
yeah, the Jordan flu game, but Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Dunk.
Holy shit.
I think we should go see Jack and Voss tomorrow.
I think that's a good idea, especially since we know we need to kind of like pump the brakes a little bit on the hag business.
Yeah, let's explore our other dying man.
Yeah.
Should
And
I
just
like send
for
that guy a
edification, I
message
said
that
it's
we're
a
coming?
few days, not a day.
I know.
Okay.
Oh,
Should I like tell that guy that we're coming?
oh,
Jack
Draken?
and Voss? No.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no. Let's make it a surprise. He'll appreciate it, seeing his old
that
pal Rand.
I trust your
that's fine.
judgment on this. Since
Yeah, no, I'm sure that once we kind of explain what's going on, like, it's got to be a big misunderstanding.
I've
There's
got
no way
some
that he,
insight I can give him. Like, no harm, no
yeah.
foul.
Okay.
All right. At this point, the night is full. Willem, the spot where you were
Uh-huh.
taken back to was Mara's tent.
Oh.
So you are reasonably in town, unless you'd like to spend the night.
Yeah. That's the right thing to do. If she wants me there. Does she want me there?
She invites you to stay.
Okay, I'll
Consent
stay.
king.
Um,
Badgers get consent.
Badger's kicked. Um, yeah. Why don't you stay the night?
Okay. I will boon with her the appropriate and comforting amount.
Nice. And what is that?
Whatever she says.
Nice.
Reading signals.
What are the rest of you doing to spend your evening?
I want to send Ellery a quick drunk message. Hey girl, hey. We killed a hag. Sorry if I sent you into the middle of nowhere. That didn't work. What you wearing? I had shrimp. That's it.
You received no reply.
Ooh.
I'm gonna attempt. That's bad.
I get real sober real quick.
I'm gonna attempt to make 2 more potions of comprehension
Okay.
before I fall
Um,
asleep.
that will take you 2 hours. No, I'll say you can make a double batch in an hour span, but you will need to make a. That's a nature check. Um, it will not be a disadvantage. Traditionally, you do not have to make a check when brewing potions, but you will have to make a nature check given your inebriated state to attempt to brew them with efficiency.
Can I make an arcana check to see if like my message isn't going through or if he's not answering?
I would say that you can attempt to contact someone else to test that.
No, I don't think I have any spell slots left.
I got
I
a
can give you
16,
a spell
Chris.
slot.
Yes, you are
Oh, I think I have one.
efficiently able to concoct 2 potions of comprehension.
Excellent. And then I'll take a rest for the night.
Okay.
I have one more spell slot, so I'm going to contact Lyra.
Okay.
Hey, girl, hey. Is everything good? Elray hasn't responded. What you wearing? How's your wife?
Okay. It's 25 words.
I think that's less than that.
No, but I'm saying it's
But
25
she
word
gets
response,
25
right?
words, yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm so scared, Chris.
Oh, this is bad.
I'm really scared, Chris. Please be nice to me. Please don't kill my dad. Oh, this is taking too long.
Shit's gone.
Oh,
Shit's
Chris.
gone wrong. Shit's so bad over there.
Hey, remember how we didn't kill those Green Wardens? Maybe we should have killed those Green Wardens.
Oh no.
Thank God Cena, the only person they care about, is with us.
Oh, you hear a voice in your head. Oh, hello there. Yes, Elray is fine. He's just ill at the moment. Resting. Is everything okay? We are fine. I promise. Silk nightgown.
Oh.
Okay. I don't have another message to send.
I can give you a spell slot.
I need a 3rd level.
No, it's 2nd level. Sorry.
Yeah, I can cast it once. If
Guess
you'll
what?
have me. I can cast sending once.
If
Yeah,
you'll
yeah.
have me.
Yeah. Ask why Ellery can't respond.
Okay. Lyra, what do you say? Hey girl, hey. Those are all words that are going to be sent.
No!
What do you say? Hey girl, hey. Hey girl, hey. Is Elray sick? With what? What's going on? I love you. How's your wife?
Perfect. No notes. Some notes, but perfect. This is taking so long and it makes me so scared. Why is Chris being mean to my dad?
Oh, well, hello there to you as well. Yes, he is ill. We are not quite sure, but he is responding. He just rests often. Love. LUV.
Yeah, he's fine. He's responding, so
He's responding? What kind of... What does
not
that
to
mean?
you, but
Dude.
well, I'm just saying, like, not to you in this specific moment, not in general. Maybe he can't respond to you
Well, who knows
psychically.
how much time has passed since I've messaged him 3 times today? That's like a week.
I am going to go to sleep.
Okay.
Tomorrow, Drakenvoss.
For
Alright.
sure
Day
tomorrow.
one of Journey to Dragonvoss.
Dunk, are
Yeah.
you doing anything before you go to bed?
No, I'll down one more whatever we're drinking, and then I'll turn in.
Okay. Branwen. Everybody else go on mute.
Again?
Whoa!
This is evil.
As you're seen seated there, kind of gripping with the news of not getting a response from Elway, I assume you really are going like this. Like there's visible distraught on your
Mm-hmm.
face. Um, and a not so secretly inebriated Cena approaches. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You don't seem okay.
It's just Elray's like sick or something.
Oh,
It's freaking me out.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just
Is that why you were weird earlier?
what?
You just seemed a little weird earlier.
And what? Wait, what? At what point?
When we were talking. It's not like I don't enjoy your company. In fact, I like your company. I like it a lot. I find you a lot less annoying than the rest of them.
Oh, that's good.
But like you um that conversation didn't go the way I wanted it to earlier. I I I just, I see you there so sad and I'm like, wow, I want to help her because she helped me when I was sad. But also like a little bit because you're a really good person. But then I also am like, why you? Do you ever get like that?
Uh,
Ruining the
um,
moment.
I mean, you just said a lot of things. Yeah, I mean, you just said a whole lot of things.
This is I'm saying too much, aren't I?
No,
I'm saying too.
you once said that you outdrank the leader of some gang, and I feel like that was the line, two truths and a lie.
I don't even remember what the other thing I said was.
Something sad, I think.
Things are also really different here. Like you guys
Yeah,
drink this all the time. It's insane.
I
Insane.
think you're secretly lightweight.
Rude.
Sorry if I was weird.
No, I'm sorry. I I mean you were weird. You're always a little weird. But I just kind of felt like that was a nice thing I was doing and you didn't really seem that interested in it. And
It's
I
just
want you to be interested in it. I think that's the problem.
I am interested in it. It was just uh no,
You are.
it's just no, I feel like I'm just no help at all ever. So
Well, you are.
that thank you.
And when you're the only reason that any of this is working.
I mean, I feel like I've led us like nearly to ruin multiple times before.
And I tried to kill you all. We've all got our problems.
Oh yeah, that
Think
was
you
fun.
think you should start believing that you're more than you think you are. You're the best of all of us. And don't tell
We
anyone
all
I
know that
said
we
that.
both know that's a lie. We know that Dunk's the best of all of us.
He called me mommy. It was really weird.
That was. I'm sorry. That was really funny.
It was kind of funny, but really weird.
It was really weird, but it was really funny. So what time are we practicing tomorrow?
You want to?
Well, yeah.
Um,
I'm not reading that. So okay.
5 a.m. sharp.
All right.
See you there.
I only need 4 hours of sleep,
Ah,
so it's not even early for me.
bitch. Good night. Sorry.
You really need to work on your alcohol tolerance.
Anyone else doing anything with the rest of their night?
Hey.
All right. The sun rises. The morning occurs. All of you awake in Doran's Inn. The Brandy and Dunk, you awake alone. Willem, Bramwin, and Cena not with you. And the day is yours. Well, actually, let's start with
All of
Willem.
us
Willem,
woke up in the inn.
you went back to the
Oh my
inn.
god, you didn't
Ra-
stay the night?
I said I was staying the night if she wanted me to.
She did.
Okay, so I did.
Okay, so you're not waking up
And I
in the inn.
spooned her for the appropriate duration of time.
Okay, so you are arriving at the inn in the morning,
Ah,
and
glowing.
you are glowing, and you find Bramlin and Cena downstairs in the galley of the inn, like enjoying coffee and breakfast.
Good morning to you
Oh.
both.
God.
Uh,
Good morning, Willem.
he's not gonna shut up about this.
Shut up about what, Bradwin?
Did you fuck another one of your
Hmm?
sisters? Mothers? What is it?
No.
Well, Cena, at least one of us is getting laid, huh?
I do a full spit take, and then I do another full spit take.
Good for you. Was it Mara? She comes on
Yeah.
fast.
She does. She said she doesn't usually do this. I'm sure a woman who usually does this would never say that.
Sure.
Yep. No,
We're
it
just
was
both just like judging.
when you're dying, sometimes you gotta work fast.
Oh, God.
I hope she had an enjoyable 45 seconds.
Well, you'd have to ask her. A gentleman never kisses and tells.
You said you work fast.
Holy shit.
Yep.
I'll say Randy and Dunk, you come down to that interchange.
Oh, congrats on the sex.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
Nice.
It was nice, yeah. Randy, you should talk to Mara
Like right now?
before we leave. There's some stuff that seems like it would be up your alley.
All right, that's ominous.
I promised her I wouldn't tell anybody, but I just said that, she should speak to you. And I said to her that I would tell you to speak to her.
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, I'll do it. And then everyone, yeah, go Drakenvoss. Everyone go
What?
Drakenvoss. Go figure out
Oh yeah,
what
we're
dunk.
gonna go.
What,
We're gonna go talk to Dragon Boss.
we're close to him anyway.
Okay. I mean, okay, sure. Yeah.
Cena
Are
will
we gonna like?
look at the tail and be like, what happened to the god temple we were going to in the mountains?
Yeah,
I
we're
think
still
that's
going there.
But yeah,
is
we'll
that
go.
on the way.
No, it's complete opposite direction.
Wasn't that Randy? Weren't you like, we need to do this right now? Fate of the world.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, you bring up a good point.
Listen,
Wait, how?
I
Okay, I was under the impression that it was like on the way, which would have been great. Um, how far away is the God Temple?
It's in the Shimmer Peak Mountains. You have no idea how long it takes to get there. You could ask someone if you wanted to.
Like a week probably.
well,
Would Drakens be on the way from the God Temple up to Old Hollow?
Also, no.
Did
Oh.
you guys look at the
Right.
map?
I don't have it up right now.
Well, I don't
have
know
from
it
where
what I
we
in
remember,
are.
memory.
Old Hallow is just north of here, and Dragon's
Yeah,
Temple
I
or
was picturing
Dragon's.
it. We're here.
So it's
How it was in my head.
this is the my face is the road. Okay, my face
Mhm.
is the road. This is where you are right now. Okay,
Okay.
the Shimmer Peak Mountains and the God Temple are over here, just off the screen. Okay, right over here. Draken Voss. It's right here.
Oh,
Okay, so you got to double back a bit.
Mm,
You got to cross my face
I forgot what
to get
east
to,
and west is.
and then if you wanted to go to Old Hallow, you'd have to come back to my nose and go up my forehead. Up
I forgot what east and west was. Not gonna lie.
west.
Mm-hmm.
Ever eat soggy waffles? Come on.
Never
Okay.
eat sour watermelon.
all right.
Oh.
Well, that's a very good point, Willem. I did forget about the fate of the world.
I can have
Dunk.
headaches for a little bit longer.
You have headaches?
I mean, sometimes when I get a little angry,
How bad are they?
enough to reduce my maximum hit points by 5.
What?
Speaking of Dunk and Willem, the effects of your madness have worn off. So Willem, you no longer believe you're super strong. Dunk, you no longer feel compelled to tell the truth.
Now I just
Do
know I'm
I
super strong.
is my hit point maximum back up to normal?
It is.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, okay. I was worrying about that
Wait.
because I was like, I was
Yes.
taking
Wait, is mine?
Did you have a hag dream?
I didn't have a hag dream. I don't remember why I have
I think yours was
this.
from going insane from reading the
Oh
Aetheric
no, I think it
Compendium.
was from
No, that was a
getting hit
different
by a
thing.
zombo.
You were
It
fighting
was from hit by a zombo.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, you were hit by a zombie. And yes, with a great long rest, it does go back to normal in this case. You do still, however, have disadvantage on perception and investigation checks involving sight.
Yes, sir.
That's what happened when you went insane. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, no, you're right. We should go do the God Temple stuff.
I have some questions too. I mean, about the Draken Voss thing. Like, what's the plan? Are we gonna just say, "Hey, uncurse my friend"? Are we gonna
Yeah.
I
like,
mean, I can.
That was my plan.
so like,
So
if he wanted to uncurse you, he's hearing and seeing all this. So like, wouldn't he just do it?
did Randy tell us what went down at Draken Boss's place?
Yeah, right.
I mean, I think
Pretty much.
So
it's like
Yeah.
But
so he
you're
has.
getting Randy's story.
Yeah.
But did it get the point where he just transported Randy to Adar town?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this guy theoretically, if he's interested in talking to us, he could just teleport or something.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I'm sort of. I mean, like, not like the Ophelia thing was a walk in the park. That I don't think the Draken Voss thing is a day trip.
I think we should, if he's as powerful as everyone's saying, this isn't a guy that we're going to be able to just walk up and dick around If we need something from him, I think we're gonna kind of have to tell it to him, right?
And sort of make him, or maybe
Coerce him some other way.
coerce him. Yes.
Look, okay, so two things, right? First of all, yeah, he I, second of all, if we're gonna discuss any plans, we should unfortunately not do it around Dunk. Because
Or
sorry, Dunk, he's gonna know exactly what kind of shit we're gonna be up to.
Hey,
Yeah,
Draken Boss, what's going on? Call me.
I wonder if the Draken Voss thing works like my tooth.
That's what I'm thinking.
Speaking of like not just killers, I was killing it last night, but I probably should have dropped you guys a tooth last night because she could have murdered me out there.
Where did you go?
Out
Yes,
there.
That's just
I told her I wouldn't tell anybody.
that's just kind of bad street smarts on your part, bud.
Yeah. Did everybody else have a good night?
Yeah.
Schlugged some hammers, yeah.
Oh, I
Elray's
missed
a
out on
little. He's sick.
Hammerschlagen. Oh. Oh, is that why he
Oh,
wasn't
yeah, that was.
returning your calls?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Elray's in an unknown state.
Oh, concerning, probably.
I feel like when somebody's described as responsive, that's usually really bad.
Is the house okay?
Seems like it.
Don't get me wrong, like I care about El Rey, and this was serious. Was it the Green Wardens?
Oh, you don't know anything.
Oh. Who'd you talk to?
Lyra. I only had one spell slot left.
Hmm. I mean, who knows what the day has in store for us, but we got spell slots now.
Yeah, who knows what the day has in store for us.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Have I heard anything from Draken Boss when I randomly called out to him?
You have not.
Damn. That would have been fun.
I have to insist, Brandy, that you do talk to Mara and go see the thing.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. Yeah,
See
I'll
the
be
thing?
There's
right back. You guys, I, I, they don't have enough eggs in this world for scramble. There's not enough
what?
eggs in a whole lifetime to make the amount of scramble I want to make for you guys.
I think that was very sweet.
Just go see Willem's girl. We'll be waiting
Well,
for you.
Sina, she doesn't belong to me. That's very presumptuous.
Oh God.
I leave.
She's no more mine than you are Branwen's.
Her face remains completely stoic.
Willem just arches his fingers.
She just looks at you,
And I look at her.
and she looks at you.
And guess what I'm doing? Gazing back into those big blue eyes.
Me and Dunk are passing money back and forth.
Randy, you walk to Mara's tent. The morning air, humid, damp, the ground soft and loamy underfoot as you make your way toward her tent. Um, she is outside, seated on a little mat, kind of braiding her hair. As she sees you approach, she goes, "Guess Willem sent you."
He
Randy,
did.
right?
Yes.
Did he tell you anything?
Willem told me Willem had inferred the sex you had.
That's not what I
And also
meant.
said you'd like to speak to me,
That was the
separate from that first thing.
part I was asking about. Good to know a gentleman kisses and tells. It's fine. Follow me. And she will
Okay.
lead you through the waters. Everybody but Nolan and Randy go on mute. And she will lead you toward a gladed glade, lots of fronds sticking out of the water, where a small canoe is tied to a tree. And she gestures for you to get in kind of nervously as she looks at your size. Just maybe just sit in the middle. It's a pretty quick paddle.
Yeah, all right.
And she will start to paddle there. And she goes, so I don't know what he told you, but he said that you're good at reading things in arcane languages.
I've done it.
Okay. So maybe you could read this.
Good. Okay.
Okay. Well, just give me a minute. She'll kind of row awkwardly in silence. Just, did Willem say anything else? Like, are you guys sticking
Willem,
around?
we weren't planning on it, no.
Got it.
What did he say?
Nothing. I figured, but is he not coming to say goodbye? You know what?
I
You're his friend. You don't have to answer for him. She'll
okay.
continue to row. And it is not long before you come across a clearing, a break in the cottonwood trees. Um, and there is this kind of natural alcove in the water that appears shrouded in this kind of thin layer of mist that hovers above the water. It's quite well lit at this time of day, so it's very easy to see this small skiff-sized boat jutting out of the water at an angle. Half of it is out of the water and comes to a very sleek tip, and the other half is submerged under the depths of the swamp water. I will have you make a perception or investigation check, your choice, at disadvantage.
Yeah. Wait, at disadvantage?
Yes,
Because you're
your
Oh, I
madness.
thought I just got like
thing.
-2, right?
Evan, you should also be deafened right now.
It's fine. We're in
Oh,
it. We're in
shit.
it. We're in it now. It's fine.
Should I thought it was just like you got a -2 to it.
Nope.
I'm just
You
gonna
have
deafen
you have
because I
disadvantage.
missed enough of it. So
Should stuff come
Fine.
back or no?
Oof. I got a 9.
Okay. You're able to note that it's a boat, but not like any boat that you've ever seen before. Um, you don't notice like anything particular about it. However, it is very unusual, very intricate and unique design, and large for these waters. Just so, have you ever seen a boat like this?
Um, I'm not really from here, so
Right. No, I
uh,
get that. Like, have you ever seen one like this where you're from? Or are you from the same place that Willem's from?
yeah.
So your boats don't
Well,
look
I'm
like
kind of
this?
from. I've never seen anything like this.
Do you see the writing? And she gestures to a wooden console that's kind of jutting up out of the water at about the water line, where there's a number of intricate runes um, on a kind of slate that's embedded into the wooden console.
Oh, hey, yeah. Can I attempt can I read it at all?
You cannot read it.
Ah, fuck. I look at Mara. I go, I can't read this, but I might have a way that I can. How important is this? Because it's very important to me that I use these 2 potions wisely.
I mean, I guess you guys are kind of like heroes, so it's probably not at hero level. I just really want to know what it says.
Okay, but how long does a potion of comprehend languages last?
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay, I'll read it for you, but I'm gonna do my own reading for the other 55 minutes that I'm here.
You want to wait here for an hour?
If you want to know what's on this, then yes.
Can you read while I row back? I have chores to take care of.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, yeah, do it.
All right, yeah.
You are unable to discern anything on the slate.
This is very strange.
Well, what does it say?
This is a potion to comprehend languages, which by definition makes me comprehend every language. And this is not anything. This is nonsense.
So you're saying you can't read it?
No, which is that should be impossible. Like this is the wait, this boat's fucking crazy.
You can read any language. What about like dead languages?
I think this covers it, right?
I don't know. This is like your field. God,
That's what I thought
I finally
too.
meet someone who can read this stuff, and they can't even read it. Thank you for trying. You have your
Yeah,
you want to use that potion? We can go back.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Touch it. See if it does anything.
Yeah. Regardless of anyone who said anything, I touched the runes.
Nothing occurs as you touch the runes. You don't think I've
Can I
tried that?
can I just examine like the boat from like more angles kind of quickly?
What?
I just want to examine the boat from like other angles, see if there's like anything I missed.
You can make an investigation check at disadvantage.
I can try. Okay, 12.
Yes, you are able to see that the boat underwater has some interesting fins that extend off the stern of the ship. They kind of jut out at an angle like an X, and little tips poke out of the waterline, and the other two dig down deeper into the swamp's floor under the water bed.
It's got weird fins.
Yeah, I've seen them.
I'm sorry I couldn't be more help,
It's fine.
but
Come on.
I'm very intrigued. I'm gonna figure this out if I can.
Just don't tell anybody about it in town. I'm kind of not supposed to be out here. We should get back before too many people notice I'm gone.
Is this like an illegal boat place?
It's just something we were told not to go near. Not necessarily illegal as much as frowned upon.
Why?
Elder Morwen said that we shouldn't go to it.
That's interesting.
I don't know. I trust him. It felt more like don't create problems where problems don't exist than anything that he would want to hide from us. We already have
Yeah, I'm
enough
sure.
issues going on with Lady Ophelia at the time.
Uh, Understandable. All right. Well, yeah, let's head back. Sorry I couldn't be more help.
It's fine. You can read your stuff. I don't want you to waste a potion.
Thanks. Can we unmute the other people for this book reading?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So as Randy begins his paddle back to the Misthold, he is going to indulge in some reading of the Aetheric Compendium. And I will have you make a wisdom saving throw outside of the range of Willem to begin to open the pages. and I will have you tell me where you open it.
I will open it. I don't have my notes from last time, so I'm just gonna open it. I guess where I left off. Yeah.
Where you left off in the beginning, or where you left off from like that random page that you pulled out, kind of in the middle beginning.
I'll start from the beginning.
Okay.
Fill in some blanks here. I got a 16, by the way.
Okay, so you are able to open the book and kind of blink your eyes several times as you come to terms with the effect that the lingering madness has had on your vision. Um, but you get to the part of the book where you're reading more into the Convergence Wars, which was, as you know, a pivotal chapter that the compendium has explained over the catastrophic merging of. Anyone else get the Al Gore reference there? Just me? Okay.
No.
No.
uh,
2024, Chris. Why the fuck are you making Al Gore references?
I'm sorry. As the Convergence Wars were a time when the planes were basically merging with one another and causing terrible cataclysms across these lands, and lords were rising up in the respective universes that were created by the gods to fight one another for dominion, as well as fight the gods themselves. This particular section describes many battles, alliances, betrayals among the 18 original gods and their followers. It also introduces a handful of convergence lords who were incredibly powerful beings that rose to power and supporting the various gods. Particularly, you read about the Battle of the Shattered Skies, which was a monumental battle where the sky itself in a particular plane shattered and fractured, raining down shards and killing everyone in the plane where the battle occurred, as shards of the universe basically split their heads open as they rained down from above.
Holy shit.
The god Aetheron, who commanded the skies at that point in time, was clashing with a convergence lord in the service of Thalros. And the battle ended with Aetheron's fall, which caused the skies to shatter and fall upon the realm. As you turn through the pages, I will have you make another wisdom saving throw. And are you turning it page by page, or are you skipping ahead to different parts?
I'm going page by page this time.
Okay.
Okay, 24.
Okay. The next is a story of the fall of the Iron Colossus, which recounts a massive golem built by the god of craftsmanship, Brome, who turned against its creator. So the Iron Colossus actually attempted to kill Brome, the god. Um, and it was done so after being corrupted by a convergence lord, Durgam the Manipulator, who corrupted the golem and led to it killing a god, which led off a slew of events in which convergence lords and members of the different planes attempted to rise up against the gods themselves. I'll have you make a wisdom saving throw if you proceed.
I do. Ooh, 14.
Fortunately, you are unable to discern anything on the next page as it kind of blinks and blurs and again kind of descends into these fractal patterns that you are unable to glean any words from.
Okay. So I like, how many missing pages were there again?
Malin had a stack of about like 25 pages.
Oh shit. This is a big book.
This is a very big book.
Holy shit. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit.
Okay.
Can I like skim a little bit to like see when something interests me? Or
If we were
like
going to
seems like it would
skim,
pertain.
I'll have to have you make a series of wisdom saving throws. 2 in this case.
Ah, yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'm
Your
looking for
success
something.
over the next 2 will determine the impact and what you're able to glean. And if you tell me what in particular you're looking for, I'll
I
base.
am looking for anything that is Thariel related or Adara related.
Got it.
And I got a 20 and then a 24.
Okay. You were able to will yourself to bear through the peculiarities of the book. The words kind of reforming on the pages before you as you flip through them frantically. Mara kind of rowing along, uneasy, looking at you as you kind of attack the book in front of you. Um, you don't find any mention of Thariel, but skimming through a number of pages, you do find a snippet that you had already read that brings you back to this particular place where you learn of the gods, namely the Prime Pantheon, sending servants of themselves known as sentinels from above to basically clean up the universe, recognizing the dangers and the wrongdoings of the gods in creating so many little playgrounds. They determined that great evil would need to be rid from the world by killing a whole lot of people. And it was, hold on, make sure I get this right. It was Thalor, the mountain guardian, who decided that it would have to be a mass genocide of many planes to align behind a chosen few that would be allowed to press on in a more organized and efficient way. And the Prime Pantheon selected their champions from their chosen planes to go off in and basically end the convergence wars, kill the convergence lords, and help them defeat the pretender gods. Um, and essentially, you read through the end of the convergence wars, which detail um, a poignant tale of sacrifice of the last stand of Eldrinor, who's one of the final members of the pretender gods, who ultimately chose to stand against the Prime Pantheon with the Convergence Lords. But as he saw the chaos of the worlds colliding, ended both himself and the Convergence Lords host, effectively putting an end to the wars after many, many battles.
Hmm.
What did you say that guy's name was?
Eldrinor.
Eldrinor.
Would you like to
Thing
continue
that I
reading?
gleaned from that was Thalor caused mass genocide. Interesting. I'll continue reading, yeah.
Are you skipping ahead or continuing with certain pages?
Um, I want to keep skimming for any mention of Adara.
Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw. 2.
18. Oh,
And
yeah.
another.
Oof. 18 and 10.
So you're able to get through a few pages where you continue to see mentions of Adara and the handful of names that you've come to know as the Sentinels. And the only thing that you glean from those pages as the words begin to fade from your mind are the gods of the Prime Pantheon in their chosen planes set out and created a pocket place for a tree to be planted that would serve as a barrier between realms and essentially allow effective transit through the realms and ensure that they could never collide with one another again. But as you're beginning to read more about this tree, the words begin to fade, your eyes blink, you find yourself unable to glean what is on the page in front of you. If you'd like to press forward, you'll need to make another wisdom saving throw, and it'll be your last attempt.
Absolutely. The tree thing is intriguing.
It's intriguing.
Intriguing. Get it? 12. Bad.
Unfortunately, you are unable to read anything on the page before you, and after a number of failures now, just a moment,
This is gonna be
I will have
bad.
you roll a D100.
Jesus. No. 98.
You feel in your mind an insatiable, unrelenting bloodlust.
Wait. No, it's fine. I was gonna say you could tell it to me secretly, but
Uh, um,
yeah.
and as the
Okay.
book kind of hold the book in your hands, you're kind of starting to white knuckle it, and you just feel this dark urge to kill. the
Oh,
Do I have
actual
to roll
the actual
against it?
text for those at home is, "I've discovered that I really like killing people." No, not yet, but soon.
Okay. Interesting.
Up the intensity.
This is fine.
Long boat ride.
As you look up, you see that you've actually been at the shore for some time, and Mara's kind of standing awkwardly by the boat. Get everything you need?
Yeah.
Okay. I've
The
kind of
whistling from Alora is making it way creepier.
Yeah.
I've kind of
Oh,
got
you hear that?
things that I gotta do.
Yeah, go do those things.
Good luck. Um, if I don't see Willem, I guess just. Well, thanks again.
Uh-huh. And I'd step out of the boat and kind of like walk in a trance like into the inn once again.
Does he? Does he come back by us?
Do you?
Hi, Randy.
Willem,
Why
you
are you
So,
did
squinting so much? Do you need glasses?
I'm good.
so what did it say?
What?
Yeah,
What
I
did
have
what say?
no idea. I drank a potion of comprehend languages, and that boat is fucking crazy, dude.
What is
I
it?
couldn't
What?
understand it.
Why do you have to go talking about it? Didn't she
What?
tell you not to talk about it?
I mean, you literally just asked
Yeah, to
about it.
any of the
Well, in not in specifics.
You asked about it.
Not in specifics. Anyway,
What
she
are you
said
guys
not to
off
talk to any of
doing?
the townspeople about it.
About what?
And
We're not
also,
townspeople.
then I get it.
there's some kind of boat out there that they're like not allowed to go to because of Eldrin. That shit's like that's
Did I say Eldrin? I meant Morwen.
oh,
Elder Morwen.
got it.
Yeah, no, it was the craziest boat I ever saw.
Boat?
And there was a thing
hell?
that I couldn't read. There's like a plinth with runes that I couldn't read, and I was like, you know who knows how to read things? Randy.
Yeah, I thought I did too. The potion didn't help shit. Like that's just unreadable nonsense, which is beyond me.
Oh, that's not what I expected.
What
I
are
was
you guys
kind of
talking
hoping we
about?
were going to get a cool
Here.
boat.
What are you talking
Talking
about?
about the boat that's out there that Mara showed us.
Showed you a boat?
There's no townspeople around us, right?
No.
Okay.
Like an
So
old spooky boat, like a haunted boat. Is it
Yeah.
a
no,
haunted boat?
no,
Um,
like a new boat, like a weird boat.
What? Like a
Here,
boat
and
for
I take out a piece of paper and I want to like draw the boat as best as I can.
Make a performance check.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Right, you actually have
And
to draw it.
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to do it well.
I will post a picture.
Performance. Come
for
on,
you.
baby. Okay. You're not gonna like my performance check because it's a 6.
Well, seeing as how you haven't seen it, I'll let you draw a picture, and then you can just draw a picture.
Okay.
What you think it looks like.
I don't understand why is this spooky boat so important?
It's not really a spooky boat. It's like a cool boat.
Why is this cool boat so
Does it
important?
like play music?
It's like nothing I've ever seen before, and between us, I think the boat is why Eldrin is here.
Hmm.
Is why Aldrin is here?
It looked like that.
Which
That's-
guy's out? Okay,
That's a
okay.
6.
I know what-
Eldrin is the Dreadwood Parlor. I don't know this about him, but he sort of sounds
It's
irresponsibly
got these
evil.
long fins got long fins.
Oars?
No, they were attached to the boat.
And the boat moves them on its own.
And on the thing with
No.
the runes, it's got a symbol, and it was the same symbol as the that's the symbol that was on the armor that we found when we were fighting the zomboids.
So it's old.
Oh shit, really?
Yes.
So it's old.
Oh.
So it's old,
Wait.
but it looks new, and that's weird.
That's like really old.
Yeah. Like the Waltham Ruins level old.
No, even older.
And it's just hanging out, looking pretty good in
Something
March.
like that couldn't
And
survive that long.
the reason Morwen was like, don't tell anybody, I think is because of Eldrin.
What would the autumn? Cena looks at you, Brandon. What would the autumn court want with old boats?
I have no idea, right? I don't know.
It's like
They're-
kind of your
they're
field.
Not into academic weird magic stuff.
It's fair.
Literally all I did was fight people.
You know who I bet could tell us something about this boat? Elray.
Did he?
I don't know.
He's just sort of our guy.
I mean,
who
he
knows
does
stuff.
know things about things.
I feel like if we're gonna ask anyone, they've got to be real fucking old. You know who's old? Adara. She was here since the beginning. Bless up.
Is that something you can do where you can just ask her things?
I'm thinking once we go to the Temple of the Gods or whatever, I feel like that's gonna be a place where maybe I can commune with her a little easier.
I don't know why. So yes, absolutely. I don't know why, but I feel like it's really important that Eldrin not know about this boat.
Oh, I was gonna ask him specifically.
Wait, I thought Eldrin did know about the boat.
Eldrin, I do not think knows about the boat, or I think Eldrin would already be there.
I think he's like looking for the boat, or like
That is, I think he is here because he's looking for the boat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it.
Because I forgot who said, but why would somebody from the Dreadwood parlor be hanging out in the little old Misthold unless they were looking for something important? And we know he's looking for old stuff. And Morwen pulled me aside and was like, "Did you find anything weird and old out in the swamp?"
Oh, that's fair. Chris, can I recall? I should have done this when I was there. Can I recall what the runes were and like write them down so I can remember what they look like?
Should have told you to take charcoal and paper.
I would say you didn't have any
Yeah.
means to copy it down while you were out there, unless you tell me that you have a pen and paper or charcoal and paper. But you can
Nah.
attempt to hash them out with a history check at disadvantage.
I give him bardic
Yeah.
inspiration. Add a d8.
Okay.
You can do it.
I don't know if I can. 13 with the
Is that
bardic
plus-
inspo. Yeah.
I would say, given that it is very recent history and recent memory, you're able to get a decent number of the runes down on a paper, but not all of them. Like 75% of
Enough
them.
that you could like tell.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. If it
I'll
were like
take it.
if it were like a clock, which you remember it being, with like little bits in between, you get like 3/4 of the pie.
I'll take it.
What is, can I look
That's
at it?
what I saw. Does that look right, Willem?
Does
Yeah,
it look
Willem,
right,
if you
Chris?
want to attempt to add to it, you too can roll a history check with disadvantage to try and fill in the blank pieces.
Disadvantage?
Yes.
So many plot threads.
One was good, one was not. History check with disadvantage. That would be a flat 4.
Yeah, you're not able to. You look at the list and you're like, this looks right. I don't remember anything additional. So you're able to confirm that it is correct, what he has put down.
Can I look at it? What does it look like?
They look like symbols that you have never seen before.
This is worthless.
This is not worthless.
Cena,
Don't look at me. I'm not even from here.
I don't know. You know things.
I
Some
don't
of us
Also-
even know.
I don't know this.
Willem, this is a separate
Insight
separate
check.
issue.
Insight check. 16.
She does not know this.
Okay.
Willem, you gotta. I mean, I guess you don't have to if you don't want to, but Mara seemed mighty disappointed that you weren't saying goodbye to her.
Okay, I will definitely. I was going to stop by because I'm a gentleman, but I will definitely stop by.
For sure. Well, fuck.
What are we? Is there anything that we should be doing about this?
I don't know what we can do. We could show the runes just separately, just Eldrin, to see what happens.
No.
Sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Damn, all of you think it's a bad idea.
Yeah, that's
I feel
probably
like
the
technically
first time that
they're
any of you have
both
been like super unanimous in a decision.
But we won't tell them about the boat. We'll just show them the symbols. What could go wrong?
At least a couple of things.
He can go, "Where did you
Wait.
find this?" and then put us in zone of truth or something.
Or he could go,
Wait.
where did you find this? And send us to like a weird spooky cavern under a tree with mushroom people that are trying to kill us.
No, I have the best idea.
What?
You said
Okay.
it was the runes were on the zombie people that we fought.
They were on the armor of the zombie. They were
One
not runes, they were
particular
just
symbol, yeah.
Perhaps we could speak with dead with them and have them translate.
That is pretty fucking galaxy brain.
That's fucking
And-
diabolical.
Fulfills the long held desire to rob a grave a little bit.
We just have to go soup them up. Unsoup them.
However, speak with dead, they are not compelled to speak with us. necessarily correct, or they're not compelled to tell us the truth.
They've been hanging out for forever. They're so bored.
Yeah, and the last time they were not hanging out, they were trying to kill us.
Let's go find.
They were in undead mode then. I don't know if that counts. They
They're
were
also,
being compelled by hag witch magic.
yeah.
Hagwitch. Like sandwich.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's a spooky thing that we can't do anything about,
No.
but
Yeah, no, I say let's do it.
All right. So, in order, steps, you go fucking talk to Mara because she's pissed. And then we'll
Well, we're
go
not.
talk to a zombie.
Well, we're probably gonna come back once the zombies talk to,
All right.
right?
Switch you reverse
why would
it.
we?
Because we need to go to the boat after we talk to the zombies.
Why are we going to the boat? We're supposed to not go to the boat.
That's what they say.
We need to go. Okay, we're gonna talk to the zombies to find out what the runes say, and then once we have the runes, presumably, if it's something important, we're gonna go back to the boat. If we find out how to make it go or something.
Go, boat, go.
Boat. All right,
I
lead the
will.
way.
All right, on the way out of town, I will stop by Mara's and say goodbye because I'm a gentleman, and I'll say I'll maybe see you like later on tonight.
Maybe?
I don't know if we're coming back or not.
So that was it. And that's how you're telling me.
You're Mara? I thought you were Cena.
No, I'm Mara.
You
Oh.
were sitting here over listening
No,
to
I'm
our
sorry. I
entire
thought you were implying that
conversation?
you went to
No.
We
Mara's.
just we
to
just
say
no.
cut super quick.
Got it.
Okay. No, I will. On our way out, knock, knock, knock on the tent. Which who knows how you can do that?
If you are doing anything else before you leave Doran's?
Are we doing anything else before we leave Doran's?
I don't think
No.
so.
I don't think so.
I'm making sure we're not being followed.
Okay, you can make a perception check.
I perceive 13.
You are not being followed as best you can tell. You make your way towards I'm assuming, like, what's your plan? You're gonna head towards Lady Ophelia's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I just gave you the answer. You will make your way out of town, at which point you will pass Mara's tent, where you find her weaving a basket, kind of sit crisscross applesauce outside of her tent, weaving a basket. And she looks up at you with a soft smile. And she goes, "My, it's all of you. Guess this is goodbye then, huh?
Maybe.
Maybe that's how you tell me that I
I
might never
mean,
see
I
you
don't
again."
know. I don't know about never see me again. We're just going off into the swamp to look for something, and then maybe we'll
Look
come
for
back here.
what?
I don't know. Hold on one second. I turn to Randy and I'm just like, should I tell her
No.
I'm standing right here.
something important? I'm gonna boop her nose when I say important.
She goes to this.
It's
It was nice
listen.
knowing you.
If
And I'm very
we
grateful for what you've done for us.
if we find it, this is big, and I will be sure to let you know. And it has a little something to do with where we went last night, and I don't mean here.
It is amazing how someone can be so different in the light of day. Good luck.
Ouch.
Have a good day, Mara. Okay.
It takes you all some time.
I am about as smooth as something
That was
that's
awful.
not
I
good.
think that would be,
That
I think that
was
would
the
be
word.
about the definition of beefing it.
Wow.
So anyway, you after some time you are able to meander and navigate your way back to Lady Ophelia's manor, where you find that the aura is not quite as dark. In fact, it doesn't. Despite the thicket of trees that block out the sun from hitting it, it feels like the warmth of the sun and the light of the day are permeating, not penetrating this place in a new way. And the bodies of the skeleton warriors sit there
Question.
too.
Can we understand these guys if you speak to them?
If I
Comprehend languages,
cast,
baby.
I got that potion, and I can also cast a spell for that. It doesn't work with written languages, which is why I haven't been using it.
It's
But it does
tongues.
work with spoken tongues. That's the one, yeah.
Okay, just wanted to be sure.
Yes, sir. All right. I'm
Are you
gonna.
able to cast both of those at the same time?
I think so. Why not? I
Concentration.
could. Oh, I guess not then, huh?
So wait, you cast tongues on.
Oh, cast tongues on one of you, and then they're both concentration anyway.
Damn, Chris, let us do it because it's cool.
Fine.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna cast Speak with Dead on one of them skeletons.
You hear a very comical xylophone-like tune as the skeleton reassembles, and kind of
Wait. This was for sure one that had a runic helmet on it, yeah?
yes,
Okay, just
and
want to make
it'll
sure.
crack its head around.
Who are you casting tongues on?
Casting tongues on myself, baby.
It stares at you.
I take out the runes on the sheet and I go, can you translate these? What does this say?
Hold on one second. No. It,
Randy, I'm asking you this question. I'm not asking your skeleton friend. Do you think that means no as in he can't answer the question, or no as in that's what the rune means?
There's lots of runes.
No, as in. Hold on.
Ask who he fought for.
Who did you fight for?
it's a great
It's a
question.
good one.
Hold on. I tried to go tap my screen. You would think that I would have done something for that. I fought for the lobes.
I just heard an oh.
Oh,
Oh.
The lobes.
the
So, can you say
lobes.
that in a normal voice so I can write it down?
The lobes.
Low, like an earlobe?
Yes, like an earlobe.
Ask who he fought against.
Maybe
Ask about the boat.
I'm thinking of asking him if he what the runes on his helmet mean if he knows. Because maybe he like knows those specific runes, but not or what nation he was. I don't know what.
Theoretically, you might be able to find the lobes in your book. This is death metagaming.
That is true. I'll write
Nolan
it down.
Metagaming thinks that you should ask specifically about the boat.
Okay.
Branwen
Yeah.
thinks you should ask him his favorite color.
There is a boat outside of Misthold, a few, I don't know, miles away. A few miles away from here. What do you know of this boat?
Boat. Boat. Boat is not a term I know. You speak of our vessel, perhaps?
Yes.
I know of the vessel.
How many is that? 3?
Yes.
Okay.
That Randy. Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was about to argue rules, but nothing's different.
Should I ask what the vessel was used for? Or who it held? This would be the lobes. I'm just thinking out loud here. These are important questions to think about.
I would
What
like
year
to
did
know
it
if we
go?
could crew the vessel. Or what it takes to crew the vessel. Or
Yeah.
other important history questions that you might want to ask.
Sure. What does it take to crew the vessel?
Years of training as a navigator. It is a complex, arcane device.
Complicated device. Okay. The last question, I could ask what language the runes are in, which would at least give us like a name to go off of. Or you just won't know. Or maybe it's not a language. It's not a language, guys. That's why comprehend languages didn't work.
It's a code.
It's something else. Some other shit. What are the runes?
He could also just say symbols for that.
I know. I don't know.
How can we learn to read the runes?
Ask who they were fighting. I want the history answer.
I'm gonna ask the Willem question. How can we learn to read these runes? Or wait, how can we learn to utilize these runes?
You must train as a navigator. The runes are theirs. I cannot read them. I can only speak them, as you do now.
And with that, the skeleton will crumple to the floor.
Does anyone else know tongues?
How long does tongues last?
Tongues
An hour.
lasts an
Yeah,
hour. I could do speak with that again, and then I'll be out of 3rd level spells.
We need to ask if there's a navigator around here and where we can find, if not where we can find one. But they're also dead, so they might not know that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are 6 bodies around you.
Oh
Do
shit, we
any of
got
them
plenty of
look
time.
different than the
Can
other
we-
ones?
Can we find one that has like a navigator hat?
You can make
Yeah,
an
which one looks like a nerd?
You can make an investigation check.
Which one looks the most like Caranthir from the Witcher 3 Wild Hunts?
References beyond me.
Oh. You're doing a really good job referencing it.
I didn't get a reference from it at all, Chris.
I got a 12.
I have original thoughts. It does not take much to note a skeleton in a more ornate armor set,
Let's go.
with shoulder pads, and a leather band that is like decaying and near snapping that the others do not have.
Yeah, cast Speak with Dead on
Hold,
that one.
hold me out. Or hear me out. First, maybe we should go there with it so we could show its little skull.
Oh, like bring the skeleton to the boat?
Yes, maybe.
Would yeah, we could do that.
I don't know. I don't know if we need. I don't know
know
if we
what the
need to.
vessel was already.
I also think perhaps you should let it know that it is dead and has been for a very long time, and so the knowledge of how to utilize this might not ever come again. And I don't know. Maybe it would be nifty if we learned how to use it.
In my interpretation of Speak with Dead, they are well aware that they are dead. And they're just not conscious of the events that happened after their death. They are aware because, like, they exist in the fugue plane.
Are they aware
Okay.
that they've been dead for a very long time?
They're not aware of when they're being woken up, though. Hey,
Oh,
it's the navigator.
Yeah, I'm casting Speak with Dead on this guy.
The skeleton, and this one kind of sits up.
Hello, navigator.
It stares at you silently.
Um, I'll just ask him. I show the runes. I go, what do these runes say?
These are instructions for our vessel. They tell it to go, turn, stop, and take to the skies.
flying boat.
A flying boat. Flying boat. What are... Well, I'm speaking in tongues, so did I just like hear what those, like, all those commands are in that language?
You hear it in common. You hear it in the language that you don't hear the language and understand it. You're hearing it as though you would understand it if it were being spoken to you. Everybody else hears gibberish. Like when
Right.
Randy and the skeleton are talking, you hear it sounds a lot.
They're speaking Italian?
It's
Except
it's
one of them goes, I'm a spooky skeleton.
the skeleton keeps going like this.
Okay.
His name's Mario Luigi.
Um, how do you command the vessel?
It takes years of practice as a navigator.
God damn it.
Kidding. These guys are so French.
Practice doing what?
Navigating.
It takes a steady hand and a understanding of the command language to lead it where it needs to go.
Okay, I'm going to turn to my compatriots and I'm going to say, these next words, like, listen to them really carefully and everyone remember one word. Because I'm not going to hear it right.
First word. How many words?
It was, shoot, left, right, fly.
I'll just
Randy,
type it
Stop,
for all
go.
of them.
Randy, you
was
would
it?
know that he is telling you generally what they mean and not word for
Oh,
word what they
okay.
mean.
Oh,
Got it. Okay. How can I learn to command? No, that's just going to be the same goddamn thing.
Years of
Amen.
practice.
Who
Become
who who can teach me? Who can teach me? No, he's just gonna say fucking navigator.
Where the
Randy,
navigators were.
can you raise this guy from the dead as like a zombie or a skeleton friend?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, why don't you offer to raise him from the dead and we can maybe help him settle unfinished business if he has any, and then he can teach you to be a navigator. Crash course.
Can you teach me to be a navigator?
No, I am not a navigator teacher. I am a navigator.
Do I have one? I have one or two questions
You
left.
have 2 questions left.
Where can I find a navigator teacher?
Our home city is not far from here. The school I attended, Litrioff, is there.
Um, should I ask for more specific directions?
You should let him know, not as a question, that Litrioff might be dead.
He knows.
Okay. That face
Litriov
tells me
might be dead.
Why?
Mm, I'm thinking there could be some ruins, though. Some helpful ruins. Okay. Specifically, how do we get there from here?
It is by vessel, but a few hours' ride north of here. By land, several days.
Is that it?
That is it. As the body leans back and inevitably crumples to a heap.
sorry about the wild boat chase, guys.
No, that boat can fly. That would be sick to command.
So what would you guys talk about?
Yeah, so he's the navigator.
Okay.
The boat can fly. They used to, use their voice to command it, it seems, but also a steady hand, maybe. And but there's like some guy who, like, he can't teach me. Navigators can't teach how to navigate because navigating is something that takes years of practice. I don't believe him. But if we just go like a few hours north, he said Litrioff school. I think it was a school called Litrioff, or a school who and they teach how to navigate, and it's a few hours north of here. Is that like geographically where Old Hallow is, Chris?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Willem smirks at the mention of Litrioff because it sounds like liftoff, and it's a flying boat, and that's funny.
Have I heard of this place?
You have not. But
Cool.
you
Randy,
reason, based on what just Randy said, that Old Hallow is a few days from here.
I
Walking.
have a perhaps unethical question to ask you. Could
Me?
you raise him as like a undead servant and just make him fly the fucking vessel?
I don't know. Um, Probably. I don't see why not. I can. I can. Mm,
And we could just
hmm.
have our own little bone man.
bone chauffeur.
I think I can do that, but
Over.
they're like animate dead. Here it is. It takes 1 minute to cast. I think they're around for 24 hours.
But that's animate dead though. Is it like sentient? We need it to be intelligent.
Undead servant. I can mentally command it, but I don't think it can like act of its own free will.
So if you were to mentally command it to take us to the Shimmer Peak Mountains in the vessel.
Hmm.
It could be worth a shot.
Yeah, that's true.
We should take him to the boat before we do that, though, so we don't lose any time.
That's a good point. Yeah, why not?
All right. This feels like a wonderful place to stop for the evening. Partly because it's late, partly because I need to think about this. And we thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Nat20Hot. It has been a delight playing with all of you tonight, as always. We will not be here next Wednesday, as it is Valentine's Day, and some of us do like to spend that with our significant others. Howstever,
Some of us are lonely.
you may find us at a given time, potentially this Saturday or Sunday, or next Saturday or Sunday once we confirm as a group. However, you can follow us at Nat20Hot at Instagram, TikTok, or on our website, www.nat20hot.com, all of which are updated pretty infrequently, but we're getting better. And we hope that you'll be here with us real soon. If you don't join us next week, we will be back on our regularly scheduled programming on the 21st at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. We will certainly be playing at some point in between now and then. Hope you all have a wonderful Valentine's Day with your significant others or yourselves, depending on how you like to spend your time. And have a great night. Goodbye.
And happy Mardi Gras.
And happy Mardi Gras. It's in March, right?
Goodbye,
No,
Navigator Zomboy.
next week.
No kidding. Learn something
It's
new.
Navigator
looking on Mardi Gras
Zomboy.
and Valentine's Day.
Nice.
Or wait,
Send us pics of
Valentine's
parades.
Day?
I don't know.
You don't know when
Bye.
Valentine's Day is, bud?
It's Wednesday.